to
yeah,
reach out about Gary? Or?
Yeah, a friend of mine is worked for the FBI for the longest time, and he has access to all of the databases, everything. So I was like, you know what? This is how we're going to do this. Here's the information of these people. This Russian agent here that he calls Russian agent.
Oh yeah, I mean, just multiple crimes committed right there, if that is true.
So what's the status with the lawsuits and the everything? I imagine it's all just a lot of smoke, no fire.
Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't have a case. I mean, I even had a lawyer take a look at the cease and desist that she sent me. He's like, this isn't worth the ink in the paper that it's written on. She has no case. If she wants to sue me, that's fine. I will countersue her and I will win. Everything that I've said, again, the best defense is the truth. The ultimate defense is the truth. And I've pulled so many clips of her just glazing Russia, saying that the United States is the cancer of the world. My belief is, and by the way, she dated a Spetsnaz, a former Russian Special Forces that was also FSB. So there's a lot of links to state-sponsored people within her. And then she shows up out of the blue like 2021, 2022, which, by the way, that expose on Brandy that Brandy did for MSNBC, whatever, I don't remember her last name, but she actually talks about all of this and the fact that she has very real links to Russian intelligence. And whether she's a paid asset or not, the fact is, and I stand by it, she is an anti-American, pro-Russian agent of chaos that hates this country, that has called for violent revolution in this country, that constantly attacks everything about this country, and just so happens to be aligned with Candace Owens, who also, by the way, went to Russia.
And just so happens to be
she did she had Tucker Carlson's brother on as a guest, and was calling for a violent revolution in America. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been covering her since she, just randomly, got an interview with Tucker Carlson last year, and she had just this tiny account, so she just seemed like she was just astroturfed out of absolutely nowhere. And she's a very vile person. It's the same thing. If you post about her, she will come after you. Mm-hmm. She'll just immediately start, calling you every swear word in the book and all sorts of things, making all kinds of threats. She's
and not spelling any of it correctly, by the way, or even
no.
I don't know how she's a journalist.
Ryan Maurer also has done work exposing her. And I think the Tucker Carlson episode with her, it was like 50-50 between her ranting about him and ranting about you. And I always say it's like with Candace, when Candace covers you, if you're ever lucky enough for that to happen. It's always good to see that, because you see exactly how she operates, because there's no bigger expert than you on you. So when you see her covering you, you get to see exactly how she's lying, and how clear it is that she's aware, that she's actually deceiving her audience. And it's exactly the same with Elizabeth Lane.
No, I couldn't agree more. Listen, Nathan, I need to get out of here. I want to say hi to Lady Luck, though. Lady
Luck.
Gary.
What's
happening?
How you doing, honey? Hey, Milk Bar. Hi, Jackie. How you doing?
Thanks for joining.
Oh, Gary, you say you gonna sue? Please sue. Look, let's make it a class action. We can all get in on it. Candace, you say you gonna report us? I want the name of the police officers and the incident report, and then I will call them on a live stream. Chabu, Candace, don't challenge me. You talking about some nonsense. What is going on? I don't even know what's happening. Child, I can't take off 1 week.
Candace, well, y'all, I am going to, Lady Luck, I love seeing you. And I don't mean to bail on you when you first get here, but I'm on vacation. My wife's probably about to murder me right now because I'm live streaming. on vacation.
Go to your wife.
But
Don't get murk.
hey, for everybody out there, keep fighting the fight. I love what you guys are doing. This is important. This is a big deal. And if we don't stand up to these lies, more Americans are going to be deceived. And it's not about this particular situation. It's what's to come. And, all we have is our nation on the line. And this matters. This matters a lot. So thank you guys for what you guys do. Thank you for everybody out there that supports all of these creators, that supports the truth, that is willing to stand up for what is right in spite of everything that comes with it, because this is not a fun side to be on. We are not the grifters, I promise you. We're not the ones making money off of this stuff. So anyways, thank you all for your love and support. But I'm going to get out of here, and you guys have a great day. And I don't know, we'll be in touch for sure.
Yeah, you enjoy your holiday. Thanks for joining, Gary.
Thanks, man. You guys have a good one.
All right. Hey, Milk Bar.
Definitely go and follow Paramount Tactical. He's a great guy. He does great work, especially with his military expertise. I mean, he's just on point with debunking so much of this nonsense. But thanks for coming, Lady Luck Club. I was trying to get you in. I saw in the comments people were saying you were trying to join. So thank you for finally joining.
I saw your DM and I was like, listen, I was busy all day today. So all of this is new for me. And I was, talking about her putting out the video about the group chat. And I'm like, listen, half of us don't even know all these people she's naming. What's going on? Like, this is so ridiculous. So I did a live stream on the way. My son and I went to see Spider-Man. And I did a live stream and I was like, girl, if you don't kick rocks, what are you mad about? What are you mad about? Like, this group chat, we weren't talking about Candace like that. We were actually more focused on, all the stuff that was happening against Erica Kirk. This girl's got 2 kids. She's got toddler babies and stuff. You out here talking about you got sources and direct contact living in her building. So you admitted to cyber stalking. And you want to sit here and make yourself the main focus of everything going on, and for what? Chabu. You're not stunned, Candace. Candace does not pay our bills. Like, she's so insignificant, it's not even funny. You can't make yourself more important in our lives than where you belong, Candace. And honestly, that whole, Israel's paying you $7,000. Where's my check? Where is it? If Israel wants to pay me $7,000, they can pay me. And I'm still going to say what I want to say. That's how that works over here. So that whole nonsense, that stuff don't work on me. Like, somebody tell Benjamin Netanyahu he owes me $7,000. Chabu. It's like, where are we going with this? So now she wants to file a report. Candace, I wish you would. Please send us the special agent or the FBI police department, the number, the name, the incident report number, so we can all call them ourselves. And then we'll make sure that they know that you out here stalking people and doxing and committing cyber crimes. We can do this all day. This stuff, she's doing this to scare people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, that stuff don't scare nobody. It don't work on me. That stuff does not work on me. And like Gary said, I think the problem is Candace has been doing this stuff for so long, and she's done it to so many people that you've got a plethora of people that should have sued her a long time ago. Going back to Triologic being doxxed and being thrown out there, knowing that she was a former LEO that had dangerous people threatening her life. She should have been sued then. This is what happens when this pattern of behavior goes on for years. Candace had a whole doxing website and admitted to doxing minors. All these years, she's been doing all this stuff and getting away with it because people aren't suing the crap out of her enough. That's what needs to happen at this point. Sue her.
Yeah, people, if you go to my YouTube and you can find my interview with Tree of Logic that I did.
We saw it.
And
yep.
Yeah, and she when that was all happening, so Candace Owens had her doxing site, as you said, that also doxed children. And so Tree of Logic was one of the people getting doxed. And she was a former policeman, and she had people that she put away who vowed to get revenge. So Tree of Logic reached out to Candace saying, "Can you take this down, take down my information?" And Candace blocked her. And then Candace then went out and said that Tree of Logic was a crackhead and, making all sorts of just outrageous, baseless claims. And Tree of Logic fully intended to sue her for defamation. Even after she made those claims, Tree of Logic went and got a blood test to show that, she absolutely wasn't a drug addict. But it was just one of those things that, by the time that she was able to actually engage with a lawyer and be able to afford a defense, it's the time had lapsed. This stuff is expensive. But you're absolutely right. That's why I always say that Tree of Logic now is kind of laughing at what's happened with TPUSA and with the Daily Wire. Because she's like, look, I tried to tell you all. I tried to tell you, I tried to warn you. No one listened. No one had my back. And, now we've arrived at this point. So, out of all the people, Tree of Logic has the biggest right to say, I told you so. Because she was one of the first people that Candace Owens was making just outrageous, baseless accusations against. And, you're right. Now she's doing it with the First Lady and the President of France and with the CEO of TPUSA, and so now finally the lawsuits are starting to come. I mean, your Lady Luck Club, you do some of the best work covering the actual lawsuits themselves and digging into them. I mean, maybe you can talk about well, what are the lawsuits that Candace Owens is currently facing? And I mean, how are they looking for her?
The Macron lawsuit, I don't think, the defense that they tried to make regarding the jurisdiction, it's you have state law that gives them standing to have that suit filed in the state of Delaware. They're not going to be able to get around it, even if they try to make the argument that she defamed them while in Tennessee. Well, here's the thing. She did it over the internet. And when you're talking about the internet, that's interstate. It's crossing state lines. You can't control the broadcast of the internet. Where this live stream goes out to, you can't say it's only confined to one state in the United States of America. That's not how the internet works. So the broadcast crossing state lines, and then she has an LLC and Georgetown Inc. registered in the state of Delaware, where the money she's making from the defamation between her content and merch and products and all this stuff is flowing through those LLCs and Georgetown Inc. registered in the state of Delaware, gives them standing to file the lawsuit there. And she doesn't want to go to court. I mean, going from the lawsuit against the property management company with her apartment, where she claims she has systemic recurrent yeast infections, because we've been clowning her about that for months, and then having the lawsuit filed against her from Kimberly Klasick, and then her filing a lawsuit against USA Today, and then her appeal in Australia with the the pass that she wanted to get. Yeah, she lost those, and she was ordered to pay a judgment. In Australia, she was ordered to pay the government's court costs. Has that been done? Who knows? I haven't been able to see any documentation on that. She was ordered to pay the apartment community. They counterclaim. You lived in an apartment for 7 months, created a situation for black mold to grow. They did, testing in the apartment, was able to get to the root of it. And she doesn't even show up for the final hearing. So they won by default judgment. Candace does not have the gumption to follow through when it comes to these matters. And the court of law, as I always say, is the one place Candace Owens has zero power. She knows that she has no power. She has no understanding of the law. or court rules or how these processes go in the courts, how these civil matters play out. She doesn't want to go through it. And you know when she realizes she's losing this battle, it's like she distracts from it and wants to divert attention away from it. And I think that's part of what she's doing now. She's got 2 lawsuits sitting in her lap. One from the leader of another country and a federal lawsuit where the chances of her losing that is like at least 95%. There's no way. And the burden in these matters are just the preponderance of the evidence. You only need to be 51% convincing. And they both have jury demands. So you got to think from the average reasonable viewer and listener sitting in those jury boxes, what they're going to be seeing as evidence to satisfy the burden of a preponderance of the evidence. She's not going to win. And so she's trying to, it's like she's blocking that out of her mind like it doesn't exist. They're very real. They exist. And this is how she handles herself when it comes to these things. When it comes to serious matters in the court of law, Candace is a punk, spineless, scared chicken head. And she runs from it. And she wants people to forget it. It is not there. No, look over here this way. No, but look over here at this. And the Epstein files. Girl, go to court. She don't even want to go to court. She files motion to dismiss. But they talk about subpoena power. She has no idea what subpoena power is. Candace has no concept of what discovery is. She doesn't know any of that stuff. She's stupid. She can't even keep her own attorneys. She's lost 2 attorneys in the Macron lawsuit.
Yeah.
She lost 2 attorneys. So she can't even keep attorneys. And she doesn't listen to them. You know they've got to be telling her, girl, if you don't shut up, sit down somewhere and be quiet. Like her getting in videos and doubling down is an attorney's worst nightmare. When you have a client that won't even listen to sound counsel and wisdom, and they're representing you in the court of law. If they tell you don't speak about this in your videos where you got 6 million bots listening, don't speak on it. Worst type of client to have, and you can't keep counsel, and you're getting attorneys that are forcing whole courts to recuse themselves. It makes no sense. This is the type of chaos and confusion she wants to have. The distractions. You know, look over here, look over here. Child, please. It's not going to work. She's still going to lose. And now she wants to sit here and talk about she's going to report us to somebody and never even said who it is. Who we get reported to?
And didn't say what she's reporting for.
I was like, I just got to read the post. And I said, first of all, you got all this broken English because she's an idiot. I am going to file a report. To who? When is this going to happen? Candace, don't challenge me. I will call these people on a live stream and put them on speakerphone. That scares no one. I would sit back laughing at it. And then we start making funny photos to go with it. Like, you can't make this up. It's like this girl is sitting here delusional. Candace, Special Agent Monistat 007 is on the case. Go ahead and call them. File the report so we can call them and follow up. Girl, bye. Like this is what she wants people to be scared of. So when that doesn't work, then she resorts to all these cyber crimes because doxing is a crime. It's illegal. It's a cyber crime. Period. You have the intent to harass, the intent to dox. You want to invoke that fear into what you see as ops. That's doxing. That's what the law defines doxing to be. Whether it's information released to the public or not is irrelevant. It speaks to intent. And once you nail that and show that she did it maliciously with a reckless disregard of the truth, it's not hard to win a lawsuit against her. It wouldn't be hard at all. You got attorneys out here that will represent people pro bono. Shout out to the whole truth. He was like, if you're ready to sue Candace, I will represent you pro bono. Because it wouldn't be hard to win.
I think it's very, very telling. I'm being sued by Andrew and Tristan Tate.
Yeah.
For defamation.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. The first case was dismissed. And so they've amended the lawsuit So now there's the second lawsuit that we're facing.
Mhm.
They've sealed the examples of defamation in the second one because they don't want people to see, I believe, how ridiculous these examples are.
Right.
But the first one they didn't. So I happily showed people, yeah, this is what they're claiming is defamation. And here is me standing by every single thing I've said and being able to back it and defend it. Candace Owens doesn't do that. You know, when the Macrons mention how she linked them both to the MK Ultra program, she then says, "Why are they bringing up MK Ultra? I never said anything about the Macrons and MK Ultra." You know, so that's where I'll go and make a compilation where I'm showing like episode after episode after episode of her drawing parallels, saying Brigitte Macron's birthday is the same date as MK Ultra. Oh, very interesting. We're reading Chaos that is about MK Ultra, closely aligns with Macron's and Becoming Brigitte series. Her over and over again planting the seed that Emmanuel Macron fits exactly into the
category
of what MK Ultra agents were.
Right.
So that's where she goes back and gaslights and pretends that she's never said these things, which shows that she doesn't have confidence to actually back up her claims. But also, as you're saying, that doesn't work in court.
It doesn't.
That doesn't hold up.
And she forgets, like, YouTube is not court, and court is not like going on your YouTube channel. It is a whole different atmosphere. And when you're talking about, one of the lawsuits being a federal lawsuit, those district judges don't play that. Federal judges are not in the mood for that nonsense. They're not used to a clown show. They're not used to that level of buffoonery that you might see in traffic court. It's a whole nother level of seriousness you're gonna have to come in with. You got to bring it. You can't go in there saying, well, I was just, reporting and I'm a journalist. No, but you put out provable false statements that did not have a shred of evidence to support it and accuse people of committing a crime. That is the legal definition of defamation. You going out and accusing someone of committing a crime, a criminal offense that would, in a criminal court of law, warrant jail time. Cover up of a murder? You don't just go and frivolously accuse people of being involved in it. So when you do something like that, you got to have evidence on it. Otherwise, what you've done is defamatory. And if you're doubling and tripling down, showing a reckless disregard of the truth, you're being given evidence to show this is not true at all. That's malicious. Once you've met that malicious intent, from there, they don't care if you call yourself an independent journalist or whatever she claimed that she is, that she's not educated to be. They don't care about that. The judge is going to be like, listen, you went out here and you defamed these people. They lost money. They lost contracts. They lost business. You attacked their character. You set them up to be harassed even the more. They got doxxed. So you put them in situations where, you've got people that have had to uproot their lives, move out of their homes that live near UVU because she put their name out there, put their photo out there, and they had to go and live somewhere, for 1 or 2 months because people were looking for them, all because she said their name and put up a photo. They did nothing wrong, but because she put that type of target on their back, they had to uproot their lives and move into a different neighborhood for a couple months. They couldn't live and exist in peace. These are the things that she's doing, and all this stuff lays a foundation of character. So that evidence can be used in multiple lawsuits. People could literally take one lawsuit and reference the other lawsuits and say, here's a pattern of behavior. This is how she is repetitively. This repetitive pattern of behavior, that goes to the cyber harassment. That is the legal definition of cyber harassment. This repeated pattern of behavior where she's being called out, she's been sued. People are telling her to stop doing this nonsense, and she continues to do it with a reckless disregard of the truth. I mean, laying a lawsuit on her at this point is a standard. I wouldn't be surprised if she get hit with a class action. You get about 40 or 50 of them people out of that private chat. We all decide, you know what, we're just gonna do a class action and keep it rolling. That'll do it.
That's a fun thing to contemplate.
Yep. Hit her up for $50-60 million. You hit it in the pockets. That's all she cares about. Public relations and money. So you hit her exactly what she cares about. She'll learn. She gonna learn today.
What are your how do you feel about how this group chat has been depicted with allegations of like doxing compared to the reality of what you experienced it to be?
I'm gonna be honest. Oh Lord, I was so busy. I didn't even check the messages every day, so I have no idea. Like half the people being named, I don't even know who these people are, and I've never seen signs of doxing. I never saw doxing. Like I never saw her information. Like she's talking about somebody else's information being personal information being ran. Some coach guy. I don't coach college. I don't even know who that is. It was over 90 people. That's a lot of people. When you're not active in it every day, you don't really know who these people are. You don't know if they're content creators, if they're solely on X. They just like just another name in there. So I had no idea. I had no idea how many people were in there. Candace lies with impunity. Like she feels nothing lying. It's easy for her to lie. It's like breathing air. And when you call her out on it, then she just switches to another lie. Because she's a pathological liar. So at the end of the day, if she doesn't have the evidence, Candace can kick rocks. She's lying her ass off. Like none of that stuff happened. And so what you would normally do is, okay, you're talking about a chat with 92 people in it and messages are being posted. Why not show the screenshot of the post? Just show the evidence. Show the proof of this stuff happening. Otherwise, you saying it means nothing. Good luck in court, Candace. You're going to lose. You can't make this up. Like, where's stuff coming from?
That's my thought on it. And I'm sorry, I do have to get going, Nathan, when I feel like it's just getting exciting now. And to your point, I guess we're all in this group together, and this is my first interaction with you, Lady Luck Club, but you seem like a pleasure.
Oh,
so
thank you.
it's been a lot of fun. My husband is like opening the door and has to get to bed, so I'm gonna let you guys go, and you guys seem to have this legal part of it much more under control than I do. But thank you for having me on.
No, thank you very much for joining me, Jackie. Do you want to plug your socials?
Oh, sure. I mean, I'm on X. My hashtag is fair and biased with fair_and_bias. And it's really just for my blog, which I'm hit or miss writing the blogs, but it's fairandbiased.blog. And I've had that for like 6 years or so. It's pretty much just my political and religious thoughts on things. And that's why I created the social media, so I could amplify that a bit. Although the social media kind of took over because it's so much easier to get your thoughts out quickly.
Oh, yeah. Y'all make sure you guys check out Jackie on her socials.
I appreciate
Jackie's
that, guys.
great. I always find Jackie to be very, very insightful. So people, please follow him. Thank you so much for joining, Jackie.
Thank you so much. Bye, guys.
All right.
Great. What do you? I mean, this is the thing that she does over and over again. Where she'll take anything and be able to use it to her advantage. It's actually unbelievable how much this is being portrayed as something that it's not. Are you concerned about, because she went hard after Britta, whose account is no soup for Knowles. Really nasty stuff where someone dug up allegedly a DUI from last year, which is completely irrelevant to anything whatsoever, but they posted the mugshot. And then Candace, of course, made that into a big thing today, which is highly ironic, her attempting to somehow shame someone for a DUI, considering her own husband's experience.
I know, right?
With alleged DUIs and leaving the scene of a crime with a weapon. But there you go, moral consistency isn't exactly Candace's strong suit. So, I mean, how do you feel about yourself being? I love this idea of that this group chat allegedly involved doxing. So that means that now we should dox everyone in this group chat and expose as much personal information. How do you feel about that? Are you scared about personal information coming out?
No, I mean, if personal information come out, I know, okay, they're doing this out of retaliation, and they're doxing. They intended to do this. This is not by accident or anything like that. And I'm just gonna sue the crap out of her. It's that simple. I'm going to sue Candace Owens, like it's that, and whomever else. Name all of them clowns as co-defendants, and then file an FBI, claim. I mean, it's it's a cybercrime. So you break the law, I'm going to report you to the FBI, and I'm going to sue the crap out of you, and then I'm going to sleep peacefully. That's what she wants. She wants everybody to be scared of her. That's why I'm like, Candace, if you're going to file this report, tell us who you filing it to and give us the case number, and we'll call them. I would call them myself. Me. Like this is the nonsense that she wants. And all for what? Because she wants to try to justify all this nonsense and buffoonery. It's still a cybercrime. I don't ever advocate for people to break the law, because the last thing you want is to do that, and then they go and they retaliate and do it back, and then say, well, they did it first, John, and then the judge is gonna say both of you are wrong, kick rocks. But you let them go out and commit all the crimes, and they get all the blood on their hands. You take them to court, and then you show, okay, judge and jury, here's what they did. They have no excuse for it. It was intentional. And for some reason, they want people to think this is acceptable in the eyes of the law. It's not. It's still a crime. And they need to suffer whatever consequence comes with it. Period. And we're going to go in full max. Candace, all that $50-60 million you thought you made, yeah, I'm going to sue you for that. The whole amount. And you're going to pay my attorney's fees separate. Like, I'm just going to sue the crap out of them. It is what it is. I think people forget, when it comes down to it, you have people like us who are real people behind these profile names. Like, I have minor kids. Like, that's not a joke. You put me and my kids in danger, I'm going to let you know, and I'm going to show you better than I tell you. And it's going to be that simple. You got these little morons and these cult members running up on people, looking up at people's addresses and stuff. You come to my neck of the woods if you want to. The whole hood going to clap now. You're going to be greeted by SWAT and a K9 unit, some weaponry that you won't be able to process. Yeah, we'll all be waiting for you to turn that corner. That's we don't play that, because you got people that got real lives. You got some crazy sick cult fans out here. Candace got people that are willing to send out death threats and actually act upon it, and she has no control over that. You cannot control what your cult members are out here doing in your name, and since she doesn't care, then why should we care when it comes down to bringing the law upon her head? We don't care. But if they come around here clowning out, if they want to, they're gonna get caught up and then dragged off to jail. That's it. That's how we handle it. Like, it's not a game. It's not a game. So Candace doesn't want people to know about what her and her kids are doing every day, and no one is trying to find out. That's the thing, Candace. You're not that important. We don't care how you feel, girl. We don't care. Like, I understand as a mother, she got 4 kids at home allegedly that she homeschooled. I wouldn't want to dox her because of her kids, and because it's illegal. Like, there's no reason to put her address out there. We did not do that. I didn't see any of that, but she can't provide evidence either. That's the problem for her.
No,
where is the evidence?
She would. That's the thing. She absolutely would. But she hasn't at all. I should have read out a couple of these. Spicy Latina. I'm just mad I was left out of the group chat. We're getting a lot of people saying that.
Right. So add me back.
It's like the Andrew Tate lawsuit. There's a lot of people that were sad that they were left out of that lawsuit. There's still time. Thank you, Andy. Del Rey, thank you very much. Thank you, Uncle Ert.
Shout out to y'all.
This one. Thank you, Tyler. Keep up the good work, Nathan. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone, for being so generous. I've been posting and drawing parallels to her with the whole Macron French assassins episode from last November. Thank you, CJB. Where she said that she made reports on that. If you remember the time, she made a massive deal saying that she had all this evidence, and that she'd be providing the evidence and that she'd be following it up with reports. And I played the video at the start of this where she came back on air after taking a short break, making this massive deal out of this thing. And then she was saying that her reports were text messages and emails to people that she knew. God. I think she literally was like, "Oh, I made a report to the FBI. It's just a text message, but I'll follow up with an email."
And she never did.
And she never did. Never did. And her evidence was always, her evidence was, look, the Macrons haven't said anything about this, so that's very telling. And the White House hasn't come out to make a statement. So that's very telling.
Dennis, the White House does not stun you at all.
But my favorite was, I can't remember if it was you or Jay Witt. But they either it was you or Jay Witt, but there was people who were making the point saying the Macrons are suing her in a court of law in America, and now she's alleging the Macrons have hired people to kill her. That's pertinent information for the judge who's overseeing this case between these two parties. So like, let's see where she submitted anything to show the court, like, hey, these people that are suing me, they're also trying to kill me. But there was nothing, right? There was no proof whatsoever that she followed through with these very legitimate threats to actually attempt to do anything real in court with this.
Yeah, nothing. It was nothing. And it's like you're doing this once again to distract from the fact that they're suing you and you're going to lose. It's just like what she's doing now. She's got 2 lawsuits coming in hot and heavy, and the threat of many more coming. These people that had to uproot their lives over there in Utah, they're going to sue her. Hopefully Erica Kirk and TPUSA go ahead and drop one and be done with it, because this is ridiculous, and that's the only way she's gonna learn. She's not gonna learn through any other means. Candace had no proof that anyone was coming after her, and then when she tried to claim that there's a paper trail of 1.5 million coming from Club Descent, obviously there's a paper trail. Okay, well, show us the paper trail. Who's this high-ranking French government employee that called you with this nonsense in the first place again? Candace got voices in her head telling her to say dumb things. And then when it comes down to the evidence, then you realize, oh, she's just, talking with one of her demons squealing in her head. Candace, you couldn't even file a complaint to the FBI to make it look real. Are you serious? It's just, the appearance of it sounding and feeling real is not even there. So who you send this text message? We never even saw the text message. Like, this is coming from somewhat. Candace is the type of person that will fake text messages and fake emails, will create them out of nowhere, and it will not be real. It will not be the real people. She doesn't vet her sources. They're sending her nonsense into her tip hotline. These people impersonating investigators, they don't care. Like, all this nonsense This stuff doesn't work in court. The judge, the jury that's got to hear the evidence, none of that crap works in court. None of it. And so all this big talk she has, why is she turning around and filing a motion to dismiss? Because she knows that she's going to lose. If she would rather say they dismissed it, whoever they are, as opposed to saying, I filed a motion to have it dismissed because I don't want to follow through with this case. Like, she wants to be able to curtail, punishment. There's no evidence on it. They just want you to go to court, Candace. Go to court. Take your behind the court. Moron. Go to court.
Here's this post. So it's from November.
Oh, dear Lord. What does it say? Look at this.
Urgent. 2 days ago, I was contacted by a high-ranking employee of the French government. After determining this person's position and proximity to the French couple, I've deemed the information they gave me to be credible enough to share publicly in the event that something happens.
Oh,
in short, this person claims that the Macrons have executed upon and paid for my assassination. Yes, you read that correctly. More specifically, that the green light was given to a small team in National Grand Marie Intervention Group. I'm told there is one Israeli that is on this assassination squad, and the plans were formalized. Again, this person provided concrete proof that they are well placed within the French government apparatus.
Where is it?
Further to this point, this person claims that Charlie Kirk's assassin trained with the French Legion 13th Brigade with multi-state involvement. Journalist Xavier Poussard's life is also at risk. This is deadly serious. The head of state of France apparently wants us both dead and has authorized professional units to carry this out. I ask that every person retweet and share this. I do not know who in the American government can be trusted, since this source claims our leaders are aware, but I have more specific information, which is definitively verifiable, should they care to reach out to me.
So stupid.
Because there's something else where she says, let me try and find it.
You're about Felicia. They didn't do when they paid the money.
Is the payments. This means there is a paper trail, and I encourage the patriots of France to do what you can to uncover it. I would again like to stress that there was a French female assassin.
No, God.
Israeli assassin. Try to find. There was somewhere where she says,
it must have been Carmen.
Inform people in the federal government and the White House of the France and Israeli assassination plot, and I'm willing to provide full details, as well as the name of the assassins and international accounts in France and Canada through which money was exchanged. Beyond that, I've shared more information with the public regarding the Brigitte story. Blah, blah. Yeah. She
we gotta alert Space Force.
I mean, this was
alert Space Force in the White House. Inspector Gadget.
This was November. It's when November last year, and it just like vanished.
Oh Lord, can't do this for PR.
It was literally just like episode of the week.
It's Where is Waldo? Where is Waldo is after Candace. Y'all didn't know that? Where is Waldo? The French version.
And now she's obsessed with this group chat that she's claiming has connections to, top conservative media and blah, blah. It's,
connections. Candace, you gonna share why I call him Sloppy Joe Kent had to vet Mitch Snow to come on your show. Are you gonna tell us about that or what? We have to keep assuming. Because he said Sloppy Joe Kent vetted him so he can go on Candace's dumb show. For what?
Yeah. That's what I said.
A blogger, gossip blogger.
I posted like, who's she going to report to now? Joe Kent's, resigned.
John, he's so sassy. He said, "I quit. I quit." And I'm blasting everybody out along the way. Yo, man, kick rocks. Go sit down.
I just like poor Jussie Smollett,
I know, right?
he pulls one hoax and that's all he's remembered for. Candace pulls this crap every like 3 months.
Exactly.
And always gets away with it, to her fans and the audience. It's like, how does this not just completely ruin any credibility whatsoever?
Exactly. This is the credibility that will be shown in the court of law. Your Honor, Exhibit A. Look at how she conducts herself like this and wants people to believe that these things are real. It's like, no, it's not real. She does this for public relations. It's all for a show. It's all for money. It's whatever gets the most clicks and views, whatever is salacious in her world, in her alternate reality of land and milk and honey or whatever. It's whatever keeps her name out there on social media trending. And the one place she does not have that power is the court of law. It's that simple. All her cult members, they all buckle down and get scared when it comes down to her being sued. You send them a cease and desist letter, all these little simps start crying and whining. I can't believe they sent me a cease and desist. What's a preservation letter? Now they don't know how court works or laws. You see this pattern with these people. And at the end of the day, they don't care about stooping to that level with Candace. Candace will not. Think about this. Her and Mitch Snow are being sued. Mitch Snow is not a multi-millionaire, right? He doesn't have money like that. She started a save, go sit down for him to fundraise for whatever attorney's fees. What is the irony of him actually being named as a co-defendant 5-6 months later after going on her show? And now he had to cash out of that gifts and go to try to get an attorney. He was dodging service from the U.S. Marshals. He was dodging service. And this is the same person that was so-called vetted by Sloppy Joe Kent. Went on her show and lied. And she won't even hire him an attorney. Go figure. This is how she does. She will, let me use all these idiots, these useful idiots that's willing to be cannon fodder. Throw them out there in the trenches. But when it comes down to it, she's not even going to hire you an attorney. She's going to leave you high and dry. He's got to take this whole fundraising. And I don't feel bad for him at all. I don't really care. But the idea that he did all of that lying and for what? To be named in a lawsuit, a federal lawsuit, where he tried to dodge service from the U.S. Marshals. And now he's having to get an attorney with all that money he raised, telling all these dumb lies. If he gets ordered to pay $5-6 million, he's going to have to pay that for the rest of his life. And she won't care. Candace doesn't even care about these people. So she's willing to sit here. The people are willing to sit here and be simps and punks for her and to be cannon fodder for her to just keep her name out here on social media. And if they all get sued, they're going to be whining and crying in videos, and none of it is going to work because they don't override the rule of law. And she won't even care about them having attorneys. That's what the end result is. That's what it comes down to. Candace is a narcissistic cult leader that is only loyal to herself and the devil. And George, who's faking gay. So that, this is everything else. She doesn't care.
Yeah, well, I think that's the thing. You saw her that lead up to her introducing Mitch.
Mm-hmm.
Her, saying that it was a miracle that this tip dropped into her tip line, and that she saw it, and that it was sent by God, and talking about, we're going to be seeing a lot of this guy. He's going to be doing a lot of interviews coming out of this. And I mean, you go back and watch that interview over and over again. She's saying how she's going to, stand by him. And you're absolutely right. She immediately just, dropped him when she realized, hold on a second. this maybe this story might actually not be what I hoped it would be.
Yep.
I want to let me pull up here. I got a video of
Joan Rivers got killed.
Let me play this one. Here's just a small taste of the amount of times, even just recently, where she's claimed that her life is in danger, and that she's part of a coordinated attack. She's a victim of a coordinated attack.
I appreciate that. I also know that if they want to, God bless you, please be careful. Joan Rivers got killed for exposing Michelle Obama. I appreciate that. I also know that if they want to kill you, they will. I mean, that's the truth, and that's a sad thing to say, but at least you'll know who did it. It was the Frankists. I just want to be clear. Anything happens to me, blame the Zionists. In a full year of plots against my family, and we have been in just warrior mode. I am telling you to back off right now and think you're going to slide into his chair. Okay? Over my dead body, which I'm sure can be arranged. There's another phone call that I had with Andrew Colvett. I mean, I am talking maybe 72 hours max after Charlie was killed. He said, and I quote, "Candace, it was supposed to be you." Was Andrew trying to maybe communicate to me after, especially given the fact that I told you that while the actual day on September 10th, while Charlie was in the hospital, he told me that there was a list and that me and Tucker Carlson were on it and that we had to lay low, but he never told me who told him that. I never got a call from the feds telling me that. That threat may have been coming from the government, actually, that the globalized government that we live under, right? LOL to the idea that we have a national sovereignty, may have wanted me and Tucker to watch our friend die. And then that global gang wanted us to know that you will be next if you don't shut up. Like, really, it was supposed to be you. I was just physically sick from having watched Charlie's assassination. I was physically sick from then being told that I was on this short list that they were going to move to try to murder me. They would rather protect Brigitte, even though the whole world no longer believes that Brigitte Macron was born a female. They are taking this way too far, the lengths they will go through to keep things a secret. Killing people more is actually going to catalyze the understanding that we're all having that there is something very dangerous, something deep and dark that is going on. Macrons have executed upon and paid for my assassination. There was a paper trail that Macron allegedly paid $1.5 million. 2 assassins were hired, one Israeli, one French Canadian woman. Okay, a man and a woman. Daily Wire, unhinged. I don't even know what to say. They have dropped another video that kind of, if I'm being honest, feels like a laced threat. Again, dropped on my old socials. So using my face to attack me in a really strange way by suggesting that they are following my every move and my every personal decision that I make, that they will be watching me. So there is, in my mind, therefore, there was a 0% chance that Erica had a viable threat. So anyways, like I said, if I get killed, it's definitely Zionist.
It's so dumb. Candace, they don't want you dead. They want you alive and in court. Go to court, you moron. Go to court. They don't want you dead, Candace. Do you understand? You are of no value dead. Do you understand that? They want you to go to court.
But that's where I don't know if people remember that. It was around January where Daily Wire was trolling her. And they're doing a video about like Egyptian planes and
the midget horse. Oh man, you gotta put out more videos. Those was funny.
And I was loving that. She saw that as a threat. The Daily Wire was threatening her, saying that they're following me around, and same thing with this group chat now. It's the same thing. Where it's just.
We see these comments all the time. You know how many comments I get with the candy ass cult members, I call them. Come up here talking about lady like you obsessed with her. That's a word you can't define. Kick rocks. I'm gonna keep my foot on her there because she committing cyber crimes. But other than that, Candace, You're not important enough for somebody to want to take you out. No one wants to go to prison over doing anything to you harmful. They want you to go to court. This is what I keep telling people. Candace's Achilles heel is a lawsuit. That's it. Not a threat, not a doxing, lawsuit. That's all it takes for her. And look how crazy she goes. Now you got Where's Waldo and Carmen Sandiego and the ninjas from Ninja Turtles. You got Super Mario Brothers, Mario and Luigi. Everybody's looking for her. For what? To serve her? If they're coming to serve her a lawsuit, she's going to run and hide. All of a sudden, everybody's trying to murk me. No one is trying to murk you, Candace. Go to court. We want you in court. We want you sued. We want you in court. We want you to answer to the complaint and stop filing motions to dismiss. Like, that's it. Go to court. All this nonsense she's doing is so stupid. Candace is she's so narcissistic. She can't even let people mourn the loss of Charlie Kirk properly without making it about her. It has to be about her. Even in the most gruesome way, this man lost his life on national television in front of thousands of people that were there in person. Meanwhile, Candace was, who knows, because we don't have her alibi yet. And even then, she refuses to let anyone grieve the loss of Charlie Kirk and leave them complete alone without her having to make it about her. The reason why she is reaching so far down this hole she dug for herself and trying to allege an assassination attempt, because it's the most severe type of threat one can get, right? It's going to raise some eyebrows if you say, oh, a whole country of people are after me. All these ninjas from Super Ninja Turtles, they coming for me. Carmen Sandiego, Where's Waldo, the French version. All these people coming, the Italians, the mob, mafias. They're trying to kill me. Because that's something that most people would like, wait, what? People trying to kill you? You got kids and blah, blah, blah. She has to make it sound so extreme to get this level of attention. But it only lasts for so long because Candace, like you, we all got a short attention span. Like at a trend for like what, a week, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
And then once we see she full of crap, and no one should be taking her seriously because she won't even take herself seriously and actually show an FBI complaint of this threat. You know, you out here going to Dollywood and going to Christmas parties, so whatever. Once we see you're not taking yourself seriously and that you full of crap, then we moving on to the next thing. This is why her narcissistic nonsense gets progressively worse. What can I say that can outdo the last dumb thing that I said? How much more worse can I make this so that I can keep all this attention on me? Yeah, let me focus on a whole private chat that I care nothing about with 90-some people in it. They probably don't even know who all in it themselves. And I'm going to make this a whole thing and say all these 92 people after me. Everybody. Candace, we will sue you and sleep peaceful. We don't care about, you know, none of that nonsense you're talking about. But this is what she's got to do. Let me find a way to outdo the last pile of crap that I put out there 3 days ago. I got to outdo myself. I got to keep the attention on me. Because she doesn't care about none of this. This is all public relations. It's all a PR for her. That's it.
No, that's absolutely correct. I mean, that's how you wind up with French assassins and Charlie Kirk being a time traveler and Sumerian technology, you know, all that rubbish. Because you just gotta, you know. I know.
You can't even make up in a Marvel cinematic universe where comic books are real. You can't even make
there's something so grotesque about someone complaining about a group of people who have literally just got a group chat to try and debunk her nonsense, while she simultaneously feels and is pushing out to her millions of deranged cult followers that they are entitled to know where Charlie Kirk is buried. And, you know, meanwhile, endlessly tormenting his widow and putting out tips for them to be, following Erica Kirk and letting her know about her movements and finding out where Erica Kirk's mother's hospital is. And I mean, it's just the hypocrisy is just, it's Candace Owens. There is no one more hypocritical or lacks, moral consistency than Candace Owens. I've got to wrap this up, Lady Luck Club, but we'll definitely have you back.
Absolutely.
Feel free to plug all of your socials and let everyone know what's going on.
I sure will. You guys can check me out at the Lady Luck Club LLC, as well as Lady Luck Club with Sweet Tea, my second channel. And on X and Instagram, I am at Lady Luck Club LLC on both. To keep it easy, email me at ladyluckclubllc@yahoo.com. I'm catching up on emails. It's been a pleasure. I am so glad to see you going live and hanging out, and you got to come back to the LLC Milk Bar. You know you got to. We got to keep laughing at this little goofy.
Yeah, definitely. I haven't watched a full Candace Owens episode in a while. I think the only way that I'll be able to stomach it is if we're live streaming it and watching it together.
Yeah, because that's the only way I can watch it. I the Luxes have to suffer through it with me. So other than that,
that's right.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You guys have a good evening. Thank you, chat. Y'all be good now.
All right.
All right.
Talk soon. All right. Thank you, everyone who's dropped by and joined us. I've reached out to some other people who are in this now infamous group chat, and they're also keen to come on and talk about what a non-story this is really. But I'm keen to chat with them. They've all got interesting perspectives and bring different things to debunking Candace Owens, so it's worth chatting with them. But otherwise, I will have another stream this week. I'm thinking it'll be Thursday Australia time, so we're in the future here, so that'll be Wednesday America. But I'll post that soon once I've locked that in. But that'll be dedicated to the Tate brothers and what's going on with their extradition, and covering all the amount of cope that's coming from their camp, especially from their meathead of a lawyer. But we'll also be covering the Tate's lawsuit against us. So we'll be doing a big fundraiser drive for that. So all of the super chats will go towards that fundraiser. But we're looking at, we need to raise about $4,000 by September 7th to cover our ongoing legal bills. So I loosely that's planned for Thursday, but let me lock that in and I'll get back to you guys. But that'll have Murder by Crayons and Gadget, and we'll cover everything that's going on with the Tate brothers. But otherwise, thank you everyone for dropping by. Really appreciate it. And keep in touch. I'll see you soon.